Subprime is not a crime. That's right, folks. Subprime is not a crime. We're going to be talking about, and unfortunately today in America, predatory lending is as American as apple pie, the girl next door, baseball tickets, and we'll actually be getting to talking about baseball and the Texas Rangers in a bit. But today we're going to talk about AmeriQuest Mortgage and Roland Arnold. But essentially, you'll have to really read my book. But the lending of money, whether it be mortgage lending, student lending, credit cards, everything which has really been put in place to protect the consumer has essentially been removed via lobbying through Congress, which really doesn't really care too much about the American consumer, and this is why we're at where we are today. But we're going to talk about one of my buddies, Roland Arnold, who is one of the wealthiest men in America, who also founded AmeriQuest Mortgage, which is was a part of a savings and loan out of Long Beach, California. Mr. Arnold essentially brought about he brought the subprime predatory lending to the forefront. He used the Rolling Stones to promote his company, and he also spent a lot of money on lobbyists. And on the Wall Street Journal, they did a great article in December of 2007. Shows you that a lot of people are involved with AmeriQuest in the subprime business. Matter of fact, some of the largest contributors who received contributions from AmeriQuest Mortgage were Progress for American Voters for $5 million. Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, because AmeriQuest was located and headquartered in California. The Republican National Committee for $1.2 billion. Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way, he got $1.4 billion in campaign contributions. The Presidential Inauguration Committee got $1 million. George Bush got another $203,000 and got an awful lot of money. And the money was essentially funded to a number of states. Kind of funny that there was, according to the Wall Street Journal, we had over $10 million going in lobbying efforts to the state of California, which is where our subprime mess is. The state of Texas, which is another subprime center. Florida, a lot of subprime foreclosures there. New Jersey, Georgia, New York, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Oregon. So AmeriQuest spent over $20 million to get laws taken off the books to protect consumers. And people wonder what's going on because there's essentially no laws to protect them. But it gets even better. Roland Arnold also with AmeriQuest Field, actually, which was the ballpark owned by George Bush and the Rangers, it was actually renamed AmeriQuest Field. They actually in Texas, so the Texas Rangers actually it was renamed AmeriQuest Field, and after this investigation, they removed the name AmeriQuest Field. And before this whole subprime crisis, which is happening now, there was a $325 million judgment against AmeriQuest for predatory lending. This had happened before this whole blew up, folks. This is before this whole subprime crisis. But in any event, AmeriQuest is AmeriQuest after the fine, essentially it was the company was gutted. But Mr. Arnold is one of the wealthiest men in the world. He is worth over $3 billion. But again, the company was essentially the skeleton or the carcass of AmeriQuest was bought by who else? But one of my favorite companies, Citigroup. Citigroup bought the remains of AmeriQuest because the service in the mortgage business is very profitable. But subprime, folks, is not a crime because now Mr. Arnold will help deregulate all interest rates on mortgages across the country, and whose company paid $325 million, whose company paid over $20 million in predatory lending, is now our ambassador to the Netherlands. Yes, folks, it's all true. Real life is stranger than fiction. Roland Arnold is the ambassador to the Netherlands. And It's quite something, and they say on the website that Mr. Arnold was just how can I say, very entrepreneurial financial genius, and it's on the State Department. I couldn't believe it myself, but yeah, Roland Arnold, after losing all this money in subprime, is now the ambassador to the Netherlands.